Today, brothers, we are here, gathered in front of the Lord, being filled with His love, enjoying His light, His presence, receiving His food, hearing His voice that is calling us by our names. In other words, being able to follow Him. Imagine a sheep that is with his flock, lying on the grass. He lives happily, following his Lord, always receiving that love. Imagine the fields he sees. Everything is green, full of life. The sunlight illuminating everything. This joy of feeling safe. But each time, he sees more. He wants to know more places. And although he knows that this means moving away from his shepherd, he decides to go in search of those pastures that he thinks will fill him, that he thinks will give him fullness. He's a curious sheep. And little by little, he goes into dry, arid places. Of course, he has no one to show him the way to life. And without realizing it, he finds himself on the edge of the abyss. He doesn't know how he got there, and he doesn't know how to get out either. And just as he's about to fall into despair, the shepherd arrives. And the sheep must do nothing but let the shepherd bring him home. How do you think would be the feelings of the sheep that grows up knowing that it's protected by the best shepherd, that knows that is fed with the best pastures, that is guided to the freshest streams to drink from there, that receives the best company he can have? In other words, that knows that is loved. Or how do you think would be the feelings of the sheep that, having received all this, flees, turns away from the hands of his shepherd, and despises the gift he has received from the one who has loved him with all his heart? And finally, what would his feelings be like when, having gone away and being about to die, is rescued by him? And instead of being scolded, he receives a love so strong that is able to give its life. Will he feel happy? Will he feel guilty, skeptical? Will he feel grateful, in debt? Brothers, we are that sheep, and Christ is our shepherd that is calling us to be his sheep. And here is a great mystery. And we are not only called to be sheep, we are also called to be shepherds. Think about all the brothers who are about to come here to Cheshire. Think about all their expectations, all their fears. They are about to profess and probably are going to feel a little bit nervous because they don't know how is the life they are going to face. We are the ones who should be preparing the pastures for them. This is the task that God is asking of us. We are shepherds. And this is not only for them. This is also for the thousands of souls that God is going to put in our path. Remember when you were novices and you had no idea what religious life was about. And Christ sent a shepherd to show you that he has been always there, leading you to the best place you can be. We had that same experience, and for that reason, Christ prepared us beforehand to understand the best way we can to our sheep, those souls that God is going to place in our life. But here is another even bigger mystery. We will never stop being sheep. and we will never stop being shepherds. We are called to be both at the same time and forever. This is part of what we are. If we want to speak about Christ, first, we need to hear him. And if we want to give Christ to others, first, we need to receive him, to know him, and let us be known by him. And if we want to be able to lead people to Christ, first, we need to know how to follow him. As in the Gospel says, my sheep hear my voice. I know them, and they follow me. And this will never stop. This is part of our lives. Even as legionaries, no? As number 4 of our Constitution says, in their mission of forming apostles, Christian leaders at the service of the church, legionaries make present the mystery of Christ, gathering the apostles around him, revealing to them the love of his heart, forming them and sending them out to collaborate with him in building up his kingdom. Brothers, we must accept what the Lord is asking of us. Sometimes to be shepherd in this mission of forming apostles, and sometimes to be sheep, being gathered around him and receiving this love. So, brothers, we need to let Christ know us. We need to let him call us by our name. We need to let him teach us to be shepherds and to be sheep, because only by learning can we teach, and only by receiving will we be able to give.